Welcome to Dunkirk, situated in beautiful Chautauqua County, New York. The subject property is located just off the shores of Lake Erie, 50 miles from the Pennsylvania border and with easy access to the New York Thruway. For decades, a printing plant called this property home. Subsequently, the site was acquired and operated by an industrial hazardous waste recycler that accepted bulk defective products containing hazardous materials, including tons of damaged leaded china products stored outside in a mountain of broken cups, saucers, and plates. The products and materials were then crushed and superheated, rendering them inert and converting the materials to a hard industrial shot blast pellet that they called Alumaglass. The company failed, and Atwater was contacted by the Chapter 7 trustee, which resulted in us acquiring 207,000 square feet of buildings as is, subject to tax liens and other encumbrances from the estate. The waste recycle company only operated for a short time, reportedly did not sell any of the finished product, and left behind over 2,200 sacks averaging 2,000 pounds each, plus bulk materials all containing combinations of ash, unknown product, and Alumaglass, as well as an array of drums. The printing plant had left enough transformers behind to power a small town. By the time we came on the scene, they had been stripped of all copper, and 2 of the damaged transformers leaked PCBs, requiring a tedious removal. The property was also left with 2 leaking mechanical pits containing small tanks, plus a 7,000 square foot basement that leaked, and that contained 14 large ink tanks from the printing plant. We also encountered a 12,000 gallon underground storage tank beneath a warehouse slab that required removal, including the impacted soil. The 207,000 square feet is split into 2 buildings, primarily the former printing plant, plus a 33,000 square foot attached building that was occupied by a food manufacturer for warehousing, who agreed to stay on, bringing some cash flow to the project. This tenant was in need of additional warehouse space, which we hoped to provide. Atwater saw the potential of the large warehouse building beyond the deteriorated space that was chopped up with full-height demising block walls, mezzanines, offices, and equipment pits. To begin with, the primary center bay was 50 feet wide and over 470 feet long, with 27 foot clear at the beams and 35 feet to the roof. We observed that this had also been a crane bay at one time, as evidenced by the column seats where the rail had sat, and the crane could easily be added back again. Additionally, the lower height 15-foot clear bays would also work well for a food warehousing operation where certain glass container products are limited to a 2-pallet stack. The game plan was to efficiently recycle all of the waste product on site by mixing it into a cementitious slurry using a portable batch plant. We would then fill all pits, basements, and depressions with the slurry up to an elevation 7 inches below finished floor. Finally, we would cap and finish the operation by placing a 7-inch fiber mesh reinforced structural concrete slab on top. Still have to get rid of these drums. Here's the tank that they pulled out of there. This will be an ongoing maintenance nightmare to just try to leave this. Yeah. So. Up the basement, coming this way down. This basement is done. This mezzanine is about to come down. These other areas are now filled. Got the crew working ahead of them, cutting. In order to house finished food products, we were required to comply with the AIB International Food Safety and Hygiene Specification, which precludes vertical glass in the area of food. Clearly the windows were not worthy of salvage anyways, and for the replacement we used a translucent fiberglass sandwich panel, Cal-Wall, that we've had good success with.
Around 5 and those different beneficial use of the money.
At the front of the building there was a unique triple dock which was comprised of 3 hydraulic lifts that would then raise the low-rise trailers loaded with giant rolls of newsprint to the height of the finished floor for unloading. We converted these to traditional docks, including removal of the hydraulic oils that had leaked through the decades of use. Once the non-load bearing walls, extraneous piping and vent work, offices and mezzanines were removed, we set up an efficient asbestos removal operation and then removed and scrapped the steam pipes. The boilers were also removed, including the challenging task of the removal of the large, 90-foot tall brick chimney with limited access.
Looks like the painting crew down there.
It's amazing what a good cleaning and bright coat of paint can do to help finish the transformation. 90% of the concrete floors were restored using a coating technology that we had used successfully on bridge deck restoration work for years, and that we aptly nicknamed a healer sealer. We actually shrunk the building by demolishing 20,000 square feet total, removing low height, inefficient space, and adding 6 loading docks in 2 different areas, with the ability to add even more. This also enhanced traffic flow around the building to ease access to the 16 modernized and new loading docks. This project is the poster child for a Brownfields success story. We removed a blight from the host community, kept a longtime company from leaving the area, resulting in retained jobs plus newly created jobs, and the county recovered substantial past due taxes and receives current taxes. The tenant is enjoying increased efficiency and operational results, as well as improved employee morale from good working conditions, and quality control has been greatly enhanced. However, this abandoned project was upside down and required a public-private partnership beyond the substantial private investment. Atwater worked effectively with the Chautauqua County Industrial Development Agency and the town of Dunkirk. Incentives included a 10-year pilot agreement that freezes reduced real estate taxes, a small city grant, and a sales tax exemption for many of the improvements. Additionally, we accessed small grants from local utilities, National Fuel and National Grid, and we received a rebate from the NYSERDA program for installing energy-efficient light fixtures and controls. Without the many stops and starts, this project could have been completed in 12 months, including 120 days to clear title and access incentives. Thank you for your time.